Scheduling and appointment apps are a godsend to those of us who have to make lots of different meetings with lots of different people. But what makes a good scheduling and appointment app? Fine question. We'll deal with that today on Dotto Tech. Steve Dotto here. How the heck you doing this fine day? On Dotto Tech, we make technology easy so you can do more. More what, you may well ask? How about putting up some preserves? I know preserves are always appreciated. And speaking of appreciated, I would appreciate it if you were to subscribe to this channel. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell so you hear about all of our upcoming videos as soon as we release them. Now today we are going to talk about scheduling and appointment software, something which can be a massive time saver and benefit if you're in the right business. If you spend a lot of time making appointments, trying to juggle appointments, going back and forth with people to try and set times for calls or meetings, then an appointment and scheduling calendar is exactly what you need. And there's a lot of very good tools to choose from. It seems all of our friends and all of our contacts use a different tool. So how do you decide on a tool for yourself? How do you find a tool that's going to work for you? Well, I thought I'd walk through with you some of the basic features that you can find in a good scheduling app to help you make the decision. Now, the one that I've chosen is an app called Book Like a Boss. It's a relative newcomer in the space, and I've tried many of the others, and I'm not going to say that Book Like a Boss is better than the others, but it's the one that I like to use, and it's got all of the features built in. I think there's a few hallmarks that all of appointment and scheduling tools have to do. First of all, they have to be easy to use and easy to set up. You can't go through a lot of convoluted and hard to understand steps because you have to integrate it with your existing calendar and possibly other systems. So the setup has to be pretty straightforward. Of course, they have to be affordable, they have to be easy to use, not just for you, for knowing exactly who has appointments and managing the administration of your calendar, but also for people visiting. It has to be easy for them to be able to quickly find an appointment and schedule an appointment and get the necessary information to you in an appropriate time and with the appropriate amount of control. You want to be able to say yes or no to certain appointments or modify them. You want to have all of that built in as well. They have to be flexible in how they're applied, and that's kind of the baseline that they all have to have. In a lot of cases, you're going to want something even more. You're going to want it to integrate with other systems. For example, you may want it to integrate with your CRM, your customer relationship management system, where it either saves information to it or draws names from it. You might want it to integrate with your sales and marketing system. So you might want it to be able to track people who don't make appointments, like with a Facebook pixel, so you can later on target them. So maybe they want to book an appointment for you a little bit later, sort of like a checkout, a sales checkout, or a cart abandonment technique that we might use in online marketing. And you may also want to integrate it with one of your payment systems, with Stripe or PayPal or another payment system if you charge for your time and you want to use it as an actual revenue generation tool. So these tools can get fairly large as far as what their capabilities are. You might also have team needs where you would need to manage an entire team of people's time. And of course, the costs and complexity are going to accelerate as we go through each of those steps. But for now, let's just take a look at the basics and start to see if we can't gain a decent comprehension on how most calendar apps, or how a well-designed calendar app, will handle most of these baseline needs. Now, this is what Book Like a Boss looks like if you're trying to book an appointment with me. It's a landing page which is created. I send you the URL, and you can go in and you can see my availability by clicking on any of the different dates on the calendar. The white ones indicate days that I have appointments available, and you can select any of those times, and then you can request a meeting with me. Now, you don't automatically get permission to have a meeting with me. This is sent as a request based on the open time on my calendar. In my case, I use Gmail, and then I will then verify. I will get a notification either accepting or rejecting the meeting or allowing me to suggest another meeting. So this is what it looks like from the front end. From the back end, after you've set it up, this is what the administrative console looks like. We've got all of the different main settings down the left-hand side here, starting with our profile details. So with all of these appointment scheduling tools, you're going to want to be able to enter information about yourself. It's not just pragmatic, but often they're going to be used as an additional marketing tool, because if you are a coach or a consultant, or you're wanting somebody to sign up to learn more about a product you're selling, you're actually in the sales and marketing phase while you're sharing information in this vehicle. So you're going to want to treat this as you would any other page on your website. So you can go in and you can add sidebars, you can add all sorts of little quotes, you can add graphics, you can dress it up to serve your marketing needs, including things like having profile photos and cover photos and that sort of stuff. It's got a very kind of a Facebook or social marketing feel to it. Now, this particular one also has a gallery, so we can add more photos. You can select your color, fonts, do your personal branding as you go along, even adding testimonials if you are at that in the deep end of the pool. You can add an FAQ section here, which is a nice feature. This you could say, typically speaking, my meetings are going to be this long. This is what I want you to have prepared for your meeting, etc. So you can dress it out. Because it's all web-based, we've got a lot of options for adding extra functionality. In each of the different programs will have kind of their own flavor or their own personality with how they deal with these things. This tool does things like adding these FAQs. This is where it starts to get interesting. This is where my ears really perk up as I look at these tools. And this is the integrations area. What can I integrate with this? And we can see right from this screen that this tool is very much built with online marketing, sales and marketing, and even e-commerce in mind, because it has Google Analytics, so we can track the habits and what happens when people come and visit our login page, see if they're leaving without making appointments, and try and figure out why they're leaving without making appointments. We can add a Facebook tracking pixel so that we can retarget them, saying, come back, ask, come back and finally sign up and take my consultation. We can incorporate Facebook comments. We can incorporate a YouTube video talking about what we do and other integrations. This last one we see here, Zoom integration, I really like because I'm a big fan of Zoom for doing conferencing, and it would be the tool that I would personally choose to use if you and I were having a conference call. And we can set in the Zoom API key and their secret, so it can actually launch and manage Zoom sessions right from within it. It can create the unique URLs for the meetings when we have them in the future. It's a nice additional feature, and it makes it very easy for whoever you're having the meeting with to connect with you in the proper place, which is going to be, in this particular case, in Zoom. So that gives you an idea of some of the integrations. You're going to want to spend a lot of time looking at the integrations of any tool you choose. Then we get into with the meat and potatoes, the booking schedule, creating availability and appointments. And this is a combination of times that you assign here within this interface, and also different blocks of time that have already been demarked as being busy within your calendar of choice. So there's another integration there where it integrates with your calendar, and we'll see that actually in the next screen here. So here we can actually set times that we're happy to accept meetings, and here we set our calendar integration. We choose what calendars we use and how they connect. And here it tells us exactly which calendars it's going to work with. And in our particular case, this one will work with Apple iCloud, Microsoft Exchange, Office 365, Outlook, and Google, which pretty much covers the gamut of the most popular calendars out there. And you can actually see my calendar is reflected in here, so we can see right away within this interface what times I have blocked off for my normal living, my normal appointments that I have in my own day-to-day life. But we set all of that up here. Now you can set up different types of appointments, and if you're going to, and you can actually have a roster of different types of appointments that people can select. If you have, say, a product demo that you're going to want to give, or a 15-minute consultation, or any kind of a meet and greet, a 5-minute meet and greet, you can set up those sorts of criteria for meetings so people can select the correct one. This is really valuable for coaches who are offering, say, a free 15-minute session, but in advance of a 30-minute special, in advance of a 1-hour coaching call type thing. So you can set that up all within the types of appointments that you set up with this tool. Again, this tool is a great example of all of the capabilities. It may work for you, it may not. But you want to, now that you know that these features are available, when you choose a tool, you can make sure that it has the features that you consider to be most important. While I'm on this topic, Yeah, I'd love to hear from you what you think about this tool and what tools you've decided to use yourself for doing the scheduling and appointments. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below, so I look forward to reading those as we go along. Next, you can choose different products and services, so you can actually add packages. This is especially valuable if you are going to start selling things like a 3-session consultation session. You can set that up with the e-commerce integrated so they can actually pay for it, book it, and all of the management is done here, as well as the kind of marketing of what it's going to be like here in the products and services area of it. As well, you can also have them, you can send them PDFs or documents or even books, I guess, that might be required reading before their sessions with you, depending on the sort of business that you're in. You can add coupons so you can entice people. You can entice people to take advantage of a special offer or a deal that you're offering. In the more advanced packages, you can create embed codes where you can actually set the calendar and set the appointments up in your own website, so it can be on a separate page, and you don't necessarily have to use the Book Like a Boss page as far as the embed codes goes. And then you can track your orders, view your clients, and do a few other kind of administrative things as well. At the end of the day, the tool that you choose for your scheduling and appointments becomes a really valuable asset if you're the sort of person who has a lot of people, a lot of demands on your time, and a lot of different people booking for you. This becomes almost a virtual assistant for you in a lot of ways by booking all of your appointments for you. And if you are in the right business, this sort of a tool can be a real difference maker in the success or failure of your venture. I hope that you found today valuable. I do have one disclaimer to make. Book Like a Boss, one of the reasons I like it is they've got a really generous affiliate program, which I've signed up for. And so this is one of the few products here on Dotto Tech, which I use, I pay for, but I also act as an affiliate for. So if you choose to click on our link, just know that we'll be compensated should you choose to buy it as well. We would love to hear what you think of this video and this product and other videos and products that you might want us to make. Till next time, I'm Steve Dotto. Have fun storming a castle.